This is Mauisnake doing a longer form team demo review, like a coaching session for SuplenC's Open team. It's playing an EU or European Open right now. So I'm going to be going through rounds, and I'm going to try to break down if I were him and his team. I've done this a lot of times with my own teams, and I've just watched a lot of pro teams, how they go about things, and things I sometimes put my ideas into their strategies so that I can make my own strategies better than I think actually their strategies are. So I kind of like think of ways that I can like patch things up or fix things or make sure that they wouldn't lose so that my team can use them. So basically I'm just going to be watching SuplenC's team. I'm going to talk about the strategies they use, say if things go well, try to say why they went well, and I'm going to say what if things went wrong, ways that they could have corrected them. Rarely on a team level. So when I do individual demo reviews, sometimes you just miss the shot, and sometimes you're gonna just not connect, despite having the right position, the right timing, the right advantage. But at the end of the day, you sometimes need to hit the shots that are given to you, and if you don't, then you're not gonna be able to close out rounds. So this is going to be more of a team thing. Usually in team environments, there is a way to win nearly every round if players in conjunction were able to win rounds. Sometimes the trades don't go your way. So if you're like rushing a bomb site, sometimes that's what you're doing. That's a strat, and there's nothing wrong with that because even pros do rushes on bomb sites. But if one guy just mows you down, has an incredible round, there's not much you can do about it. So if that's the case, then that's the case. But more often than not, I'm going to be looking for just ways that they can improve. So okay, let's get it started. So this is SuplenC's Open team. This is a scrim with another Open team that they had, and I don't think they came out ahead here. So all right, so I'm going to watch Suplen in the beginning. I'm going to watch also a lot more of like the radar here than I would for my normal reviews. Talk about just kind of what I'm seeing. What I think the strategies and whatnot. So just already right here, you guys gave up all this mid control. If you're doing a slow strat, you can't really give this up that easily. CTs are going to quickly and frequently... Oh, shoot, I just went back a frame. So CTs are going to frequently move down banana and try to take control of this area. And additionally here, this guy actually made a pretty impressive play and moved down here. So this already gave you guys... This is probably going to already throw a wrench into your strategy. I'm sure he's just going to get a couple kills right here if he doesn't just whiff. But already with this kind of information, all these CT players can now rotate, stack the A bomb site. He knows that no one's already towards B. Unless they slotted into some certain spots in banana, I think they're well aware that you guys can't have control of this. So if you want to do a slow strategy like this, you have to have some kind of person spotting from either Mexi over here or from bottom T-stairs. You just need... It's not a great duel to take from T-stairs, so usually you'd want to be Mexi or that kind of area right there. Or at least a guy that's... The fact that he actually was able to just go down mid means that no one's watching this entire area at all. So that is a problem already. So let's just keep going, see how it pans out. So I'm going to go on this guy, actually. So yeah, he's able to just... He gets only one kill. He should have really gotten two there. But looks like you guys are still going to commit to your strategy here. As you guys smoke off truck side. I don't really understand what that smoke is supposed to accomplish exactly. I know it can give you truck side control, but unless you're going to be throwing a nade from the truck side area, that seems to isolate you, block you guys off more than it would help. I think what you guys wanted was a smoke that would go just a little different, but... Well, it seems to work out. You just so I guess part of the strategy is to be flying through the smoke there. And it looks like you guys are taking the bomb site with ease as you threw a flashbang, which actually worked quite well. And now you're able to get on it. Make sure you guys have some designated post plants here. It looks like people are kind of moving around a little aimlessly right now. Make sure, like, there should always be a guy in pit. It's 4v1, so yeah, context matters here. You don't really need to play a very standard post plant. But make sure that when you guys are in this kind of situation that you have people in pit. Maybe a guy in apartments, maybe a guy on site, maybe a guy in graveyard. Just like designate those spots in the future. One of the ways that Old Inferno was played, at least in Source, and I think it still translates pretty well to today, is that you'd always have two guys in pit in a post plant, and it's a very strong play because if the CTs don't have utility, as a person's pushing down here, this terrorist would get first contact with him, but then he can hide in this little mini pit area, and then the other terrorist can swing out and engage him like that. And if this guy is engaging a person over here, then he can fall back behind the wall here, and then his teammate can help him through here as this guy now picks up this area. Like there's a lot of crossfires there that you guys can use that just make things a lot easier in the post plant. So let's see how your anti-eco goes. Pretty good pistol strategy. I mean, it looks like I'm not really exactly sure how it worked that well, but when you kind of just mob an area with Glocks, you have a pretty high success. People will have a pretty high success rate. Okay, so this is a mistake already. What you don't want to do on anti-ecos is to give up free kills like this. You should. Oh shoot. Well, what you should basically do and get used to doing on anti-ecos is implement the buddy system. Do not let a single person go alone. Unless they are watching a full flank as 4 guys of your team are pushing another side, everyone that should be aggressing into a new area, as these guys are in apartments, should all be pushing together. So let's see how this actually happens. So I know a player with an ump dies first. I think it was Z4. Could have been no. Okay, let's see. So I think it's Z4. So Z4 is just in apartments by himself, and this is a bad situation. This is, okay, truthfully, he should have been ready for that engagement, but what should even also, he should be ready for that engagement, one, but another thing is that he should be supported by a teammate. And when you're getting apartments control, what you need to do is you need to designate, you need to be very clear with your team when you are taking control of it. If there's a guy that's moving through this direction, he has to be meeting up with the guy that's moving through this direction. So what these guys want to do is link up in this area and clear it out together. If there's a smoke here, because the CT's through it, then your teammates have to communicate that. You have to communicate that it's not safe to go into apartments right now, because what the CTs can do is they could overwhelm the window guy very easily. If they hit him from both angles at once, he's tasked with fighting 2 people at once, and they can always get, if at worst case scenario, they would probably get the trade on him. So the fact that he went in by himself before his teammate was ready was bad already. And the second thing is that the other guy felt so IZ creesh. He really wanted that trade frag, and he didn't even clear anything. He risked his own life. If there's a smoke here, if there's a smoke here, there's probably a CT playing behind the smoke. That's kind of just standard Counter-Strike. And the fact that he wanted to chase a guy all the way through boiler room, there's obviously a guy here. So he's gonna get shot in the back there, as he did. So, if they went both into apartments, per se, that might have worked out a little better, but still, aggressing out into halls that recklessly is not an ideal situation to make. Or an ideal, this is obviously not ideal. So, okay, so what you guys have to be thinking now is, how are you going to get back into this round? And there's a couple ways you can do it. One is, with the remaining utility you have 2 smokes, and you have several flashbangs and nades. You can isolate. You can minimize your risk of taking banana by flashing and just getting control of this area, and then you can just push up with maybe another flash, and you can hold the control of this area, and you can slowly work into the bomb site with your guns. You still have a lot of time on the clock. You can have another guy, Johnny Zera. At this point, you do have to take risks and try to find one-on-one engagement. So Johnny Zera can maybe try to find a pick through apartments as well. You might want to just group up and all push B together, because you'll have numbers, but you'll probably get thinned out, which is not ideal to play a retake or a post plant. So you're probably going to be looking for picks. What I would suggest is you probably want to look for picks somehow. So Supplen, at this point, you got to start getting aggressive. Bibu's got to start getting aggressive. He wants to go up mid. He should be peeking like either side. Hopefully he just doesn't get traded. Maybe Johnny Zera goes up with him so that he doesn't get traded, but then you leave all of this exposed. So you have to think about like what's your next step. How do you react if your players do die? So let's see how you guys react to this. So it looks like Supplen's going to be going for some picks here. So, yep, this is how you should be reacting. Your teammates are dying. You want to get some map control, information, kills at the very least. So, yep, moving up. Not a bad idea. You didn't really use any nades to take control of this, which I find kind of unwise. And I think you're using a smoke a little too early into this round. You have a lot of time left. You don't want to commit half of your utility to something that, if you're committing to this already, it's such a gamble. And you kind of should have just ran up on the bomb site, because now they obviously are just going to be rotating. So the team flash is not going to help, obviously. Now you're just running in. Okay, not bad, but if that guy pushes the smoke, or anything, seems like it's very unlikely that you guys are going to come out ahead. And yeah, the guy pushes the smoke, gets a couple kills, and that seemed like a pretty standard way for this round to conclude. So the main flaw, or the main mistake in that round, was the fact that I think Z4 went into apartments by himself. I already stated it. Needs to communicate whether or not they're clearing together or separately. It looked like he went in by himself. That's not ideal at all. The one way that CTs can get back into eco rounds is usually just kind of killing everyone. Luckily, like with pistols or whatever, or playing close. I mean, but the way they get those kills more often than not is in close range engagements, and the closest range engagements are like arch side. If this isn't smoked, if that's not molly, or if you guys all funnel through this way and you guys just get killed from every possible angle known to man, or if you give them picks in apartments. One of the safer ways for anti-ecos to work is you kind of default it first. You don't really have to get apartments that much because it's not that important, and then you guys just work up banana. Or you work up arch side, but you use a bunch of utility to minimize your risk in all of these situations, and then you wrap into the bomb site. Because this is the longest range engagement on pretty much on the whole map, is from like arch side to pit. So you're usually going to win this fight. Let's look at the distance actually. 38 meters. Is there any longer engagement on this map? That's not even longer. I mean, I guess this might be technically longer. Yeah, but that's not like a standard engagement. So yeah. You want to take the longest engagements possible on these rounds. You don't want to take a like 4-meter engagement. You want to take the 42-meter engagement, you know? Alright, let's see how you play this round out. So you have an ump still. I think you all forced up and you just decided to buy that instead, but you have a bunch of deagles. So I would probably look for picks here again. Your best options for picks are kind of just up mid, banana, maybe apartments. I mean, you can look for them anywhere that you're comfortable looking for them, but let's just see where you guys end up going. Okay, so these are the kind of like engagements you're supposed to be looking for. Don't commit too hard, too early. You have a bunch of deagles. These aren't rush guns, you know. Okay, but it was very good. You guys traded out. You guys flooded the site. Like, I was gonna say don't commit to like running through a Molotov, which you guys did not do. Okay, Bibu is just kind of running around so crazily right now. Oh, he should just get the bomb down. He really should just get the bomb down. It's pretty. I mean, they know where he is, and it's super unlikely that he's gonna find kills here. Okay, that was a good attempt, but he could have pretty much planted the bomb there for free. By the way, Twitch TV Mauisnake for people that are viewing this on YouTube. Okay, so you got a couple smokes here. Okay, so what could have happened differently that round? Basically, the apartment guy got killed, and then your teammates got shot in the back by him. I wish that Bibu decided to plant. You really want that extra money, for sure, and because now you guys just kind of have a standard buy going to the next round. If you guys even get I mean, maybe you have a plant strat here or something, but it would have been really nice if you just decided to plant. So you guys are all just gonna group up and go here together. This is a pretty good strat. I wouldn't even mind if you fly through the smoke. It doesn't matter that much to me. But it looks like you guys are gonna throw a pretty light exec, like for CT and for probably for spools. But you guys just got mowed down a little too early and you just have your nades out. And Conbrock got an ace. Okay, whatever. Not a big deal. It's full save. It's really hard for those rounds to work out. Not much to say. Alright, so let's go to you. See how you guys default. Okay. So this is something you want to ask yourself, guys, when you start going over a map with your team. You want to go over the 3 steps of a T-side round. 1 is your default. 2 is your execute. And 3 is, I was going to say 4, is your post plant. So these are the 3 things you want to be going over. The most important thing in a round is your default. You can't have your execute, and you can't have your post plant without having a good default. Everything else vanishes. So let's start with a good default here. I'm going to just look at the radar and tell you if I think your default setup's good. So I'm mostly paying attention to what's happening at the bottom half of the map right now. What I'm noticing again is Z4 is going through apartments by himself. Johnny Zera isn't there yet with him. Everyone else is just kind of playing passively. IZ Creesh could have fallen off of his spot by now. Okay, he decides to fall off by now. They got apartments, but okay, so this is where the default gets action. So where you guys are deciding to be the most aggressive in your default is apps. That's clearly what you guys are focusing on, and it's pretty wise to focus on it. There aren't many teams at lower levels that understand how to play in apartments together. There's a ton of CT setups. If you guys decide to do it or don't do it, I might talk about it on the next half, but it's really wise for you guys to clear apps together by throwing a Molotov towards here, and then sending these guys to both double peek long haul at the same time. That's a very strong play. Z4 peeked it by himself and he got a kill. That's good job by Z4, but you can minimize your risk or minimize your chance of leaving yourselves in a 5v4 by double peeking. So if both of these guys work together on peeking this long haul together, that can be a very strong way to get apartments control. So let's see if you guys are going to continue in your default or if you're just going to go into an exec. You got a lot of smokes, you got a lot of time. You don't need to rush anything, but I want to see how you guys play it up to here. Okay, so you're going to smoke truck side, probably going to be starting to take mid control. I want to see how you guys do this. It looks like Biba was actually able to find a kill again. He just kind of peeked, and he's actually just given the kill. Okay, so this is basically a full default round. This is why the default's so important in a round, because sometimes you won't even have to get to an exec if you have just such a good and clean default. It looks like you guys worked up mid together really well, which is really nice. You guys actually moved up together as a pack, and were able to clear out mid pretty effectively with just like trading off kills, and now Z4 finds another. You guys just know you have numbers, so you want to group up and hit a bomb site together, and that's just standard Counter-Strike. The first guy dies, but the second guy trades him out. So, really clean round from you guys. Not much to say, other than I just wish you guys double peeked. It looks like your guys' decision making was good in the mid round there. Overall, just solid round. Now you guys got some utility. Let's see how you guys use it in this round. So I want to see if you guys molly apartments, or if you smoke anything in the beginning. Maybe you molly banana. I'll like check both at the same time. So I'll be watching just both sides of the screen. So you guys molly banana, take control of that. You didn't molly apartments, but looks like I'm not sure if anyone naded it or anything. But you guys are focusing more on a banana default this time. So I like this. It looks like you guys have multiple defaults. This is where a lot of teams struggle, is that they run the same default all the time, but you guys are running what looks to be a kind of different default. The thing is, it looks like Z4 is kind of clearing this alone again, and I really wish he had a teammate there, and I wish he would have shot the guy's arm there and killed him. That was a little weird, but yeah, I like that you guys moved up banana together this time. Let's see how aggressive Z4 gets here. I don't think this guy needs to make a play here. It looks like because you guys have banana control, there's no reason to like work any harder than you need to for this. Just staying posted here is okay, but he made noise, which is really kind of silly. You should have... And now he's just kind of in an angle that you can see a guy like peeking. That's not... So Z4 needs to work on his positioning here, but the other rest of you are going for a whole B exec here. Looks like he was just going for a lurk anyways, but... Okay, let me see how you guys actually use the utility here, because this seemed to fall apart from a really standard setup. Having a guy on top of oranges and a guy boosted at CT is like a really standard CT setup, so the way to beat it is having a couple good flashbangs or some decent Molotovs. You guys have... Okay, let's see. You guys are going to move back to banana. Okay, let's slow it down, So you guys... Okay, so this is the flaw I can already see. When you guys are pushing in, you're not using flashbangs effectively. This is something that a lot of open teams do poorly. Intermediate teams do really... Dude, honestly, people do this badly up until Premier, I'd say, because they don't really think about flashbangs at a very high level. So this is a way you can improve your execs very quickly. Let's go to it again one more time, and I'm going to show you how little blind these opponents are. So, okay, so you guys are starting to throw your smokes. You guys are going to throw a flash over. So Haste is, like, completely blind right now, and then he turns away. And now, but like, you guys didn't even push with that flash at all. So what the flash that you just threw would have done is nothing, ever. There's no way that would have ever been effective, because you guys weren't really going... Okay, the only way that's effective is if a guy is playing, like, water or, like, fountain, but those spots are very easy for people to just rotate back and move to, like, new box or behind oranges or even play at the coffins or whatever, they could just re-peek it. So think about how you're using your flashbangs as you guys are moving to this bomb site. They're mauling you off. They're like basically just shooting down on both of you guys. You made that one guy fall off. You know one's towards CT, so that guy's just gonna spam through the smoke, and Bibu gets the trade on him. And now you guys are just gonna fly up to the bomb site. 2v4. You guys really have like no chance here unless you guys have some godly plays. Bibu needs to stop fake planning. That needs to stop. He's totally free to plant. There's a smoke there. There's no reason that he needs to do this. Given the context of what he knows right now, like now he's just planning now he's just not planning. So you guys double peek him? Okay, not bad. But you could have easily planted the bomb and still done this. So let's see how they played out still. Bibu's deciding to take a different engagement. Okay, there was a CT that was wide peeking from CT spawn that Bibu could have swung out on and killed, but instead takes the fight towards construction. And it looks like you guys are just kind of out-aiming him here, and they're not really pushing together or coordinated at all. Now he finally decides to plant. And so 40 is just going to be strafing into the bomb site. It's just a one-on-one here, basically. Alright, let's just see how it plays out. I mean, I could go over what Bibu does and, like... Okay, so Bibu made up for a pretty odd decision by never planning. I mean, that was still the wrong decision in my mind, but you guys pretty much just shot yourselves out of that. He could have planted and still moved back there. Like, nothing really would have changed at all. So that was really confusing, but it somehow still worked for you guys. I think, though, what you guys could do later in the rounds affect better, or like in your execute, is you can, I already said it, you can use flashbangs, but there's a couple Molotovs you can throw from Banana that you should look up. I saw Bibu or someone, I think, had a flash or a Molotov still. There's a pretty easy way to Molotov a new box or just on top of oranges or anything. You want to minimize risk. You guys have all this utility. Minimize the risk you're taking as you enter a bomb site. Give yourselves an emo molly, or a molly that's on top of the oranges, or a molly that Molly's new box, or something that even Molly's fountain, I guess. Like there's all these Molotovs you guys can learn, and no one threw any. So these are ways to just like make your whole strategy a little cleaner. Really impressive round that you guys were able to win. I think the other team just kind of peeked you one by one. They never really coordinated when they were peeking or anything, and you guys were able to get a lot of free kills there. You guys are just moving up, shooting them. Z4 is doing something kind of unnecessary right now, just pushing by himself. Looks like he's just eco-fragging pretty hard. Like, yeah, that's pretty obvious too. Like, he's obviously just hunting eco-frags. So you should tell him to probably not do that, because now you gave him you gave an AK away for free. Yeah, you want to catch rotations, but like to just run with your knife out like through here is like really just like, I mean, if they rotated like at a normal pace, that would have caught him. If he just plays smart and plays like back with his team, that's another way to just secure the round. You're looking every time you're playing a round and you have an advantage. Trying to minimize the chance that they have a chance to get back in it. The only ways they can get back into this round are take a gun, basically, and headshot everyone, you know? Like, that's it. Like, they weren't going to kill you all with pistols, so don't give them a gun. So Z4 giving them a gun there, potentially, I mean, it's so low chance, but you want to minimize those chances, and you don't want to just, in a scrim especially, don't just practice bad habits like that. You can experiment with things sometimes in certain situations, but that was a very standard, straightforward round. If you wanted to do that on a gun round to give you guys selves a bigger advantage, that might have been a more proper play. But on an anti-eco, it's just very unnecessary for that kind of aggression. And this may sound like just like a no fun zone, but you really want to minimize the risk on these kind of things. Okay, looks like you guys are starting at another default again, but again, having more people towards here instead of Icy Crush towards here. And Z4 is moving up pretty fast without his teammate again. So this guy already kind of seems to me like an eco hunter, like an eco fragger. Like, why, like, I don't know. Like, he's trying so hard to get to these eco-frags so quickly that he's going to take his knife out in areas that are not clear, just to potentially get the eco-frags. This is not really wise, at all. I guess you guys are trying to get this AK out of their hands, so I guess you guys can hunt a little bit. Your money's okay. All of this is just whatever, really, though. It's not a big deal. But you guys kind of, like, hurt your own economy in doing that. Now, Krish is low on money. Supplen, you're low. Z4 is decently low. Like, if you guys lose this round, you guys aren't even able to buy on 2 of your members, really. I guess Johnny could rebuy people, but... Okay, I like how you guys are going through apartments now. A little better. Like, it's not the double peak I was thinking of, but it's a pretty good one. Now Z4 is just, like, pretty aggro. Okay, he's just an aggro player in general, it looks like. And he's just making things happen. And honestly, going kind of crazy here. Okay, this was just a... Okay, this guy's just aggro all the time. So, can't really complain about him being an eco-fragger, but you gotta... Oh, wait, this is... No, that was... Okay, I thought it was Krish, but no, okay. No, Z4, yeah, he's just running around, just going crazy. So, okay, again, that was just kind of a default. Like, you guys defaulted, there was not really an execute there. Z4 found a pick, then he found another pick, then he found a third. Like, there's no real playbook behind that. You should probably hunt now, because you have 5 alive. So, no real reason not to, so, yep. Okay, so these rounds have looked pretty solid. I mean, all you guys are doing is defaulting, and you're just getting picks in the default. Yeah, you guys are getting picks in the default, and that's giving you ins to the bomb sites. Bibu finding a pick as someone's crossing mid, I assume. Let's see if you guys are grouped up towards anywhere. So, Z4 is just peeking by himself. Like, no one can trade this, you know? So, he's just... This guy is just running on them like crazy. So, yeah, this guy's just kind of... Okay, Z4 is actually just kind of an insane player in terms of just, like, his aggression. I don't know about... Yeah, okay. So you guys have a huge... Okay, so you guys already have, like, a lot of rounds. So, okay, whatever. We'll just keep watching. I don't see how you guys could have, like, lost this or anything. You guys kind of are just dominating them. And CT side is generally easier. Oh my god, he spotted his... Okay, you don't really want to re-peek an op like this. Okay, so he peeked right when the smoke was thrown. That's not actually a bad idea. But no ability to trade. I don't know where the other death came, though. Was that through the smoke over here also? I'm not sure. Knowing that it's Bibu, I actually don't know how he would have died. Okay, so... Okay, so let's start out with this. Z4 didn't make a bad play there. He knew he could have got that kill there. When a guy throws a nade like that, they're never ready for you to peek. So it's not bad that he made that peek at all. I'm gonna just go out and say that. So Z4, not his fault that you guys lost this round or anything. Why is his name Quinn now? What just happened?
It hurts.
How did his name change it? Okay, whatever. Okay, let's see how Bibu dies though. So just peeking down mid. Okay, it looks like he's gonna peek into an op. Okay, so he peeks into an op. Usually you want to supplement that peek with a flash. Dry peeking it isn't, like, horrible, because sometimes you will catch a rifle hanging out there at lower levels. At higher levels, people don't really hold that angle unless they have an op. And if they have an op and you're peeking it with an op, you're just gonna lose that fight 8 out of 10 times. So... Alright, so now you guys are going to try to look for a way to get back into this round. So, Supplen, you decide to pick up the op here. Krish is going to work through apps. Okay, none of this seems like it's that bad or anything. Probably going to smoke truck side, I guess. Okay, so Supplen's going to be working up. You guys are running kind of low on time. So you guys gotta, like, really hurry with this stuff. Not much... So Johnny finds a pick by getting boosted up there. That's a great boost. Glad you guys use it. Now you guys are just trying to get in this bomb site. Okay, so let's look at your utility right now. So you guys have... uh, 2 smokes. You guys had 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs. So let's talk about how you could possibly use these to isolate your engagements and still like give yourselves a good chance to win this round. Because you guys can do a light exec here, so you guys should like plan for these kind of situations. There's like general smokes that can be thrown that can give you guys a real edge. So standard positions, after you get a guy killed on balcony, it's unlikely, though possible, that there's a guy in pit. So you kind of don't have to worry about pit as much. I'm saying possibly because there absolutely could be another guy in pit. Sometimes people play a double balcony, 1 pit, 1 balcony setup. But the main things you want to smoke are Moto right here, and that's like the main thing you want to smoke. So you should have a smoke lined up for that. There's a ton of different ways to smoke that. That's like one of the kind of easiest ways to smoke because it's such a general area. So I really would have wished to see that get smoked, because then you know that they have to be kind of like either fighting you on this side or they're just playing like a retake, like everyone's over here, you know, like whatever. Maybe you can just get 1 kill and then the other guy's isolate or whatever. Okay, so you guys are just kind of hurrying. You guys got 20 seconds. That's clearing pit. Like, again, like, it's very unlikely that there is going to be a guy in pit. Nice shots. Okay, like, you guys traded up pretty, like, expected. Like, that's, like, that was, like, a proper Counter-Strike engagement where first CT gets a kill, he gets traded. Second CT gets a kill, he gets traded. That's very standard. And you could have minimized that, where it could have been just 1 CT in the site, had you have thrown a Moto smoke. Or maybe he would have had to push through the smoke, been in a bad spot, maybe you get an entry there. So, just some ideas. So okay, so you're going to just plant the bomb. Okay, you heard him scope. I would never crouch peek an opper knowing he's scoped. That just seems like a recipe for disaster. And I would just hold the... I would definitely have just held the bottom peak, like a body peek there. And somehow he got to the side even farther and shot you. But I would have just held right here, you know, like just hold as he comes out here. If he jumps up on the box, you'll hear it, and then you can swing out and peek him. But yeah, he's mostly like nearly always just gonna swing out. Like that's just like his play like 80% of the time. Other plays he can make are just like, you know, jump on top or wrap all the way around, but those will be really obvious if he does them. Okay, so you wrote something in chat. Let's see. Our problem is mainly CT side, not T side. Can't complain about T side really. I just take this and it just happened. Run over a truck on our CT. Run over with truck CT. Asked him if you want to flash, but he said no there. Okay, well, your T side's honestly fine so far because you guys are pretty aggressive in the default and you guys are able to find picks. And if you can do that at this level, then go for it. Do it. So, still, you are a paying customer, and I'm not going to skimp on details when you're so loyal and, like, I don't know, you're a pretty awesome dude. So, I want to give you everything I can. So you guys are going to take it slower this time, it looks like. Let's see what Z4's up to. This guy's crazy. What's going on at banana? Looks like it's just the standard stuff here. Okay, just working out. I like all the spam. The spam's good. That's what pros do. What you should do. Looks like people actually watch demos here. Like they know what they should like spamming and stuff. That's all good stuff. I like it. Z4 getting kind of aggressive here. Ooh, okay. I like that he doesn't overcommit to it. Okay, so let's look at it. You have 3 smokes, flashbang, nade, molly. Flashbang's gonna come out the roof. That's a great flash. Molly probably gonna go to pit. Nade, you don't really need to use it, but someone should smoke moto. So let's see how the exec actually ends up looking. So you guys flashed. Just kind of move up in the bomb site. Z4 needs to peek. Well, he peeked. Actually, that was pretty good timing. But yeah, this moto smoke really hurts you guys. Could have been a 4v2 right now had you have thrown a good moto smoke, but Haste was able to find a pick because it just wasn't there. Oh my god, Bibu is taking so many risks right now. I like Bibu's angle, actually. Okay, he had to hit that shot. That was Okay, now you guys are just gonna hunt the Opera probably 1v3. Okay, well that was a pretty good take. I don't. The other team is not really using good crossfires here. They had no one in pit or balcony. That just screams inexperience. The whole point. I mean, the whole reason truck side's so hard to hit is because usually people can go from a pit or balcony and help out site here. Like, there's literally the perfect crossfire right here. If you just stand right here and a guy stands right here, it's a built-in crossfire for this map, and it's very hard for it to get like exposed because even if they throw flashbangs, they both have areas that they can duck into. So this guy could jump up or something. Like, but nice job, just taking truck side. Again, really, a moto smoke would do wonders for you guys. You would just get so many more. You get so many less deaths if you have a moto smoke. Okay, you gotta. Your settings were like low or something. Like usually, you can see through those mollies. Not that difficult, but if your settings are too low, it's kind of hard to see through them. Okay, so you guys are getting killed like individually everywhere right now. This is kind of not okay at all. You guys need to be grouped up together. I stated it on the last anti-eco. It looks like you guys are just not getting like trades as you're supposed to, and you're like, let's see. It seems like you guys are putting so much emphasis on this close range combat. Like right here is a really bad spot to be. Here's okay, but you should be holding from more back here. Like all your positions in this default seem kind of like they're too like forward, and you really just want to, you know, just stay farther back. Let's see what actually happened, to be sure, in this area. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys need to be closer together or something. I'm just gonna go through the radar and watch it. Let's watch it at like 2 times speed. So Z4P. So you guys are grouped up here, actually. They're grouped up over there, but then they separate. And he just peeks into apps by himself, like pretty hard peek. And then I don't know how Z4 died. Like it looked like there was a smoke there, and the guy walked through it. So I don't know what he's looking at in that instance. But now you guys separated again to find picks, and it's not terrible, but yeah. If there's a guy bottom mid and he used LTE, just got a kill too, he should just know that B is open too. But Bibu could have made a completely different play there to try to clutch that one out. But yeah, it seems like you guys just kind of separate a lot in these. I drink water so beautifully, thank you. Okay, so let's see how it starts. A little more passive. You're still just going in naps, honestly, so not that passively, not that different. IZ Cree's gonna just take some fight here. There's a rough flash. Okay, Bibu's going for another spot to try to pick, I guess. Okay, good pick. Okay, how are you guys moving on the other side of the map now? This again, it kind of just feels like you guys are defaulting, and you're either getting kills or not. And oh, I like it. Using some Molotovs. You guys got Molly. Don't commit too hard to the. Okay, he's able to still take an engagement there through it, but yeah, all these nades. Oh, just run back now. Okay, nice. You guys took your time. You didn't rush it. You didn't overextend or anything like that. And now you guys watch the flank with Bibu just picking that, and then now you're gonna be able to get back. Okay, so this is good. Double op. Okay, this is wild. I'd still be looking for picks here with these ops. I don't think you. Oh, nice shot. Okay. Well, why did I go to a dead guy? What? Dude, if I'm LTE, I'm so mad. What, dude? Dude, I don't know how you guys get away with these, like, weird post plants. Like, these positions don't seem standard at all. Like, you guys just shoot your way out of these spots sometimes. You have a lot of skill on this roster, it looks like. Or maybe the guys you're playing are just not super talented or something, but you guys are making some weird situations work out for you. If I'm you guys in that post plant, I'm putting one guy planting towards the grill area where you planted before, but this is grill, by the way. But then the other guy would like pick CT, and then after this guy plants, like maybe move him to like watch construction, like just run across, hopefully he can get to emo or something. Okay, let's see how this exact looks. Sorry. I like the Molotov usage though. Minimize risk, but it looks like you guys didn't really push too fast with it all. I don't know why. Yo, Suplen, you don't need to check that. It was Molly, dude. Okay, so let's watch that exec again. Let's watch that exec because that seemed a little like it seemed like you threw good nades, but you guys didn't like go in. You guys didn't have good spacing or something. Like it didn't feel very good at all. Especially since you're against this kind of buy. Like you guys should be winning this for sure. Okay, let's see. So you guys just say screw it. We're just gonna make a play towards banana. You guys have tons of utility. Smoke CT, smoke spools. That's pretty much it. You guys should be good on that. See, so look at all these flashes. They're in, but you guys aren't. So what was the point? Okay, you got like none of these flashes are going off when you guys are going in the bomb site. Kreesh could have mollied new box or something. Okay, he was playing far back, so I guess he couldn't. But Suplen, you did not need to check this whole area over here. It was obviously mollied. All this needs to be communicated well. You guys used the utility well, but like, yeah, you didn't like go in with it like as well as you could have. Also, was that guy at Spools able to see you through the smoke or something? Like, he was being a big nuisance for you guys, despite should have been smoked off. But I think he was able to see through it. I think. Okay, so let me give you a summary of T-side. Your guys' worst rounds are anti-ecos. Gun rounds, you guys do really well. In the default, you guys are finding a lot of picks. You guys are aggressive in the right situations. Z4 seems really skillful. Bibu as well seems pretty skillful at times. You guys all seem pretty good at that. Just finding picks when you need to. Or just not even because when you need to, it's just how you play. It's just you're looking for them. So I like it. I wish on the execute. So let's go back to what I was talking about earlier. The 1, the 2, the 3. 1, 2, 3. So default, I'll give you grades on each one. Exec and post. So let's say default. What grade would I give you? So on the default, I give you guys an A- most of the time. So I give you guys an A- on the default because on the default, you guys are finding a lot of good picks. You guys are getting yourselves in position. The reason it's not an A or an A+ is you guys aren't playing with... and this is on an open level. If this were like a main level, I would probably give it a lower grade because you wouldn't be finding these picks because you would just lose these fights a lot more. But because you guys can find these picks, and because you guys can get so much map control with so little utility, I'm going to give you guys an A-. But things you can improve are you need to play together better. You need to use a little more utility to get into these spots. Minimize your risk is what I'm saying. You're not always using the most utility to get yourselves back into spots. When the other team takes banana, you will usually have to like molly something out, flash something out, and just use some nades to get it back. When you guys took it back, you guys just ran up and they gave you it. So cool, that's cool, and it worked. But at higher levels, that won't because people will be holding it. These guys play intermediates. Just saying. Okay, well, that's true. Okay, well, I see it just, like, even, like, higher than that. I just cast an intermediate game. It didn't seem like either team used any skill or default or exact. They didn't look at the game at all, very interestingly, but, like, like, people in intermediate, too, are really loose, is what I'm saying. And like, they could have taken way more map control from you guys. They could have done so many other things, but at your level, I'd say that's why I give you the grade that I give you. I give you A-. A-. It's a pretty good grade, okay? Don't be upset with it. Going for that. Yeah, I mean, you can still get a pretty damn good GPA with an A-. It's there. So, execs, though, don't worry about your defaults much more. The exec, I would give you guys a B. I'll give you guys a B. The way you can get to an A or improve it is that go in with flashbangs. You guys don't really use flashbangs well. You just throw them, and you're probably like, I'm flashing, but it's like, not a set at all. It's our first game on Inferno. Okay. Execs, yeah, B. I was thinking of saying B minus, but I didn't want to be repetitive and say a minus all the time. Honestly, you guys could do so much more with your nades that are not very hard. Not very hard. Like, these don't need to be complicated execs or anything. I'm not saying to throw the craziest thing or anything like that. But when you went A, all you did was went this way. All you did was go truck. And most teams that when you go truck, if you're not Molotoving them or flashing them or anything really well, they're just going to kill you. This is like such a kill zone right here. You should be dying as you run up this. But you guys instead would just not die and somehow get in the bomb site. I don't know. They just didn't shoot back. It seemed like or they didn't hold it very well. They'd only get one kill at most and then die and get traded. So you guys had good spacing with that. So at B, you guys threw very good nades. You threw smoke here. You Molotov fountain, which is nice, and you Molotov emo. Like, all these areas are covered now. But your flashbangs were pretty bad. What you can do to supplement it is throw a flashbang towards CT, like here. What this does is that anyone that's looking in this direction, that's a CT, will get blind. Your teammates, though, are going to be looking always this way. They're always going to be looking this way. They're always going to be looking this way. So throwing a flash over here is going to blind any CT that might be boosted here. It's going to flash CTs that are maybe kind of looking that way from CT or something like that. And anyone that's kind of like looking in this area will see CT usually. So another flash you can throw is on top of the roof. You can throw flashes on top of here too. You can throw flashes more in the site, and your guys can peek right before they, like after they pop. Like, it seemed like there was like such a big spacing between when you guys actually threw your flashes and when you guys actually went in. It seems like you guys used smokes and mollies pretty decently, but your flashbangs just didn't do anything at all. So, and for A, just smoke moto, dude. There's a million ways to do this. You can throw it from here. You can throw it from here, I think. There's even ways to do it from here. I don't know. There's probably a way to do it from here, honestly. I don't know. There's a million. There's so many. There's a way to do it from here, though, which is like the main way I see most teams do it, from right there. I'll show you that after, and from here and here. Like, there's a lot of ways to smoke moto. Just smoke it off. Like, it's so useful to smoke this off all the time. And that's it. So your post plants, though, let's give a grade for that. Results oriented, A+. You guys did not lose a single post plant. But in terms of actual, without being results oriented, I give you guys a D+, because you guys don't seem to have any coordination or idea at all where you guys are going in the post plant. So talk about that. Talk about the spots you want to play in the post plant. The main setup I see most better teams do is one here, and what was it? I think one here or one here. So these are the common spots for B. And you usually want some kind of triangle like this. Like, this is kind of a setup. This would be a setup. This would be a setup. You want this spot, though, is very important right here, this water position, but only if he has a teammate banana. And if he has a teammate banana, he wants to have another teammate here. You know, you want to have some kind of triangle like that. And then basically what you do is you get this guy's watching for this contact, this guy's watching for this contact, this guy's watching for this contact. And as soon as anyone sees anything, the banana guy has to win his fight. Except when this guy's watching this way, if he hides behind the sandbags, then this guy can shoot them. If this guy's watching this and this guy's watching this, then if this guy gets contact, then this guy switches to watch that to help that out. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you'll get it. For A, just put guys in pit. That's it. Just put guys here sometimes. Maybe put a guy graveyard additionally. Apartments is kind of hard because people think about it a lot nowadays. It's a very obvious spot to be. So, okay, that's that though. You guys just need to kind of like go over that a little bit. All right, so let's start with the CT side, which is what you wanted more info on, but I did along in T side because that's what I think about more when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Okay, so you guys use some nades, slow them down, throw a flash. They'll probably just run through this. gotta be better to just kill people, and it just takes a little too long to kill them through that. Unless you're like Nico, you usually don't want to peek down here, because like if you look at 3 Glocks running at you, you're probably gonna die. So that's not a good way to start. You could throw some nades or something like that, but yeah, there's no real great way to peek down banana. So I like this though. I like how you're doing your retake. Okay, so the guy that was here just needed to get traded out harder. It looked like the second guy that was running into the bomb site hesitated way too long and gave this guy more time to recover after what happened. So what he needs to do is just swing out with him on the retake. The guys additionally just playing banana in the beginning, they need to just not peek down probably. Unless you're peeking down with like nades or something like that. Pick was my call, pick for info. Yeah, I usually just don't do that very much. You can jump down or whatever. You can jump spot it or something, but like unless you're Nico, you're gonna die like so frequently. Like at this level, people just rush banana all the time, and if they are rushing it, unless you just like jiggle super tightly, like which is okay, jiggling super tightly is okay, but like actually really peeking it, swinging out to car, like that's just gonna fail you so often. I do it in pugs, and people will do it in pugs, but like pros won't really do that as much unless they're just very, very confident that they're gonna just have an advantage. I like how you guys set up here later in the round. Getting that one guy close. This guy was kind of baiting shots. I don't think he should have been here. Probably should have been more like back here, baiting, so that he at least has a wall to fall behind. Okay, but yeah, kind of standard setups here. Let me see what happened on A here. For this pistol though. Let's see the pistol towards A. Sublin, sorry if you get 5-1 digs there, or 3-1 digs, but we're gonna see how you guys set up towards the other bomb site. Okay, picking down with a deagle, not bad, not a bad idea. I don't know, re-peeking seems kind of questionable, but I guess you are looking for a pick, not horrible. Getting aggressive towards apps is pretty strong, but yeah, people are gonna post themselves here all the time. This is probably the most common spot for people to hold apps passively from. So that's another thing for your default if you want a guy to hold back. This is a great spot to be. Additionally, right here, holding a certain angle right here, that's a pretty good spot to be too. But some other nice CT setups for like the second round is to double or triple up in apps. Just get apps control, because do what they did to you on this anti-eco. When you guys lost your anti-eco second round in this match, it's because you guys went into apps one by one, you know? So if you take advantage of apps as when you have pistols, maybe you can, you know, abuse the fact that it's all close range. Okay, what are you guys going to do this round? You guys had nothing at all. Okay, so probably just going to push down mid, right? Okay. Okay, that was great damage for what it was. You got 3 kills, and all you guys bought was a P250. That's actually insane. That's insane value. So that was great. Yeah, just doing something as 5 together is always like the kind of the best thing to do on those full save rounds. You're not, I don't know, maybe putting a lot of people in headshot angles if the map allows for it is really nice too. But yeah, okay. So looking at utility, it looks like you guys had a pretty decent amount of money for this round. You had 5 smokes. You had a few, like everyone had a few flashbangs. Bibu had some like extra money. It looks like because he got some kills. So I'm gonna just go over your setups like right now in slow motion. See what you guys are looking at. So let's see the guys towards B. So Johnny is just like jump spotting this, and IZ Creesh is already watching it. So this is okay. What I was talking about last half is that you get all this control banana, and I want to see what you guys do later in the round. Like, do you relinquish this or do you keep it? Because when you keep it, you're not in the best spots if you're posted up here or here, but usually you will get 1 kill and then die, you know? But that also gives you like a really good forewarning for your team, but it's not like if you have like a crossfire setup where like one guy is spamming from over here, like you guys are spamming, but then one guy is close up, that's a nice bait and switch that can get you 2 kills. There's a lot of ways you guys could play that. Let's watch towards your A setup now though. See how you guys are set up here. You're just playing here. Z4 is like crossfired with you towards pit. He's watching apps. This is a really bad angle to watch apps from. It's really awkward. You get a headshot on them, but they headshot you, and you'll always die. So Z4 is in kind of a bad spot, but but if he moves just like a couple feet to the left, he's not going to get killed from apps that easily, but he can still watch this. So what you should be doing is you should watch his apps run out from here, while he watches, like maybe from back sight, like here-ish, or behind this pillar or something, and then he can watch your truck side. So that's a different way to play that. Bibu, on the other hand, I'm not sure. He got smoked out, so he's going to move back. Is he going to play an arch or what? All right, so let's go back to normal speed. So far, this setup seems kind of good. Some little nitpicky ways to crossfire a little better, and you guys can have a really solid CT side, though. Your crossfires are not good right now, though. Okay, cool. You guys boosted up on here, and the other guy's playing new box. That's great. That's a really great, really standard crossfire. A lot of people do it. Pros do it. Amateurs do it alike. It's one of the best crossfires you can do on this map. Period. Okay, that was nice. Got a pick as the guy was trying to aggress, and you're just watching the run out. You guys smoke it. Okay, great smoke. That's a great smoke. Z4 just keeps taking fights, though. I advise him to, like, stop. Okay, that's one of those moments you actually needed to hit that shot. That was really not that hard. But Z4 needs to kind of chill. I want to see how Bibu died there. Because you guys had a pretty good setup, I thought. But Bibu somehow was taken out. I don't know how. So we're going to see that. I want to see where he was playing. Z4 getting a great pick, but just overextending after that. So let's see this. So he gets the pick. He's holding this. This is not a horrible angle or anything like that. This is kind of fine. Catches a guy jumping up there. But what does he do now is he sees a guy apps, I think. Maybe he doesn't. Does he see a guy apps? Okay, goes for that same peek again. Okay, so he sees him apps. Just, you don't need to take the fight. You don't need to take that fight. You want them to jump out and try to go for your guys. And it looks like the other guy in apps was holding for this kind of moto area. And Bibu ran right into it, so Bibu's got to be ready for that. That people are always going to be in apps looking towards that area. That's just really common. Even sometimes you'll get an op in here that'll watch this area, supported by a rifle though, hopefully, so that he can scope and walk down the hall and then just like post up on there. But Bibu was in a bad position, I think. Just got killed from a very common angle, and but Z4 just needed to let them come to you. Now that he got a kill and they knew where he was, he can hold either beneath pit like this, or like just back in pit, maybe here, probably here though, and let you, Suplen, now get a kill if anyone runs out bow. You'll play like here so that you can watch if anyone runs out of balcony, and then he'll just hold if anyone's running onto the site for you. Okay, so that's how you change your setup there. Just change that crossfire a little bit, and Bibu not get picked. Oh shoot! And then you guys have that round in the bag. Because they were all just going to go truck side. And holding truck side is like one of the easiest things to do. It's actually easier than nearly anything on any map if they don't throw proper utility for it. Like, honestly, really easy. Like, just, it's the simplest, it's such a simple crossfire. Okay, so, you guys lost that. I don't know what you're buying, really. Okay, you guys are buying late. You guys are forcing with it. So what kind of play are you making towards banana? And then I'll go back towards B. You guys molly to stop a rush. I don't know what this smoke was exactly, or who threw it, but... Okay, so you're just playing back. So this is a round Bibu should be gambling, probably in, like, apartments or something. Mags are okay at Arch. Mags are okay at Arch, because when this is a pretty close-range fight. So not too bad or anything like that. But maybe but putting him in apps gives him, like, so much potential to just find, like, close-range kills, like, easily and fairly, you know? It's like pretty much one of the best fights you want to take as a Max 7 player. Z4 on the balcony is holding this kind of out like this. So that was some really nice aggression. I don't think Z4 knew that there were two people there, but the fact that he was able to get 2 kills is incredible. And off of that, if you guys at B have a good crossfire, and we're going to find out, you guys should be able to pick up this round. So let's see what happens here. So you guys have a guy on here. And you guys have a guy here. Okay, same crossfire as last round. Great stuff. This is fine. Okay. Johnny was a little slow to react to that guy there. Now this guy's getting mollied out. Bibu, where did he push from? So he went through coffins. That's not really the place you want to peek from late in there. But now you guys are.
That feeling when I've showed you 2 different ways to molly new box, and you still don't molly it. Yeah, me neither, because it's smack.
Whoa. Nice. Okay, so what Bibu could have done instead is just push through the CT smoke. That's usually something that people aren't going to be staring at. Instead, he pushes through this one, which is much more commonly stared at. This one. So that's just an opinion, or like an option, not an opinion. That's honestly just how it is. Usually people are like, you know, when they run on the bomb site, they're like this. But when they're like this, they also can still kind of look over here. So not really the wisest. Sometimes you can sneak through a shallow smoke by like crouching out of it, like over here. But usually just jumping up on here is not the best idea. So just a idea for a rotation. Your crossfire was set up well. Johnny just actually should have got 2 kills there, but he only got 1. And it put you in a pretty tough situation. Your retake looked pretty good. I like how you guys retake. Your retake honestly did look good. That was pretty clean. The flashes were good. The push from construction was good. Like, that's how you really should be doing it. Okay, so you guys are kind of holding bracket this time a little bit instead. Z4 needs to be playing with you, though. So, there's... Oh, you guys are doing something totally different. Okay, never mind. So you guys are playing a double arch setup with you here. The scary thing about your spot is that you don't really have good way to play off of your teammates at all. Or if you're getting pushed, your teammates don't have a good way to help you quickly. So that was kind of a flimsy A setup. But that's not really important for this round, so let's see what happened on B. I'm going to go through like probably A and B a little bit on both, on hopefully every round.
I still don't molly. Yeah, me neither, because it's smack.
Okay. So let's see what the guys on B were doing. Johnny and Krish. So they molly early. Krish has no nades, so he's just holding the molly. Kind of holding it dry. Thing was, Johnny doesn't really have any utility to get him out of this situation. If they just bum rush him, he kind of has to just... Okay, there's no reason to repeat that. Johnny threw a smoke that just went too deep. Little, kind of not a good time to throw that. And also, you don't have to throw it from far back when your teammate's already posted. Just throw it. You know, be up with your teammate and throw it. So they're going to do a full exec on B. Let's see how you guys handle it. Given that you don't have your, like, great crossfire setup. Okay, so Krish was just in the open, but well, I mean that's not a horrible spot, the fountain area. So, some credit to him. I want to see if he was blind though, because I couldn't really catch that.
I still don't molly. Yeah, me neither, because it's smack.
Okay, so is he blind? Let's see what he sees. And let's go right away to Johnny. It's not even... Oh, yeah. So look at this flash. So look at where that flash went. That's a flash you guys should throw. Something towards CT like that. Like, that's perfect. They were able to peek with the flash, and they were able to catch him out in the open. You guys, when you guys threw flashes, like, they were, like, so delayed between when you guys actually went in. So Johnny, I don't know how he dies really right there, but nice. That's a nice boost over to get some info. I guess because of the lurker, you were delayed from this. That was a good way to get back into the round though, boosting up on there. At this point, 2v4, you don't really want to go for it if you're really playing to win. But okay. So that was a really great exec from the other team. Just straight up. It's nice to have... they mollied everything pretty well too. So I don't know. There aren't too many spots you guys could have played that would have been different than that. You guys could have played Emo, I guess, along with Fountain. But yeah, that's just kind of a matter of like them having a great exec And they got that control of that map very easily, so they had all these nades to throw a really nice exec. So I like how you guys are setting up this round, though. Like, stacking banana, yeah, it's a good risk to take. And you kind of know people are there. And then your other teammates are getting aggressive in apps. This is fine. This is all fine. I mean, all this is fine and just kind of a matter of, like, just killing them as they come to you. Bibu kind of moved away there. I'm not sure if he was blind or what, but it would have been nice if he kind of, like, held the smoke with his teammate. Not sure why you wouldn't just hold a smoke in that situation. The only way you get back into the round is if they make a mistake by, like, potentially pushing a smoke. And he didn't really even let that happen. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so this is a wrap strat to A? They actually planned to do this strat before they even knew you had a anti-eco. Okay, whatever. Well, that was like a low... I mean, you guys were taking risks. You guys are trying to get back into the round by finding picks. That's just how it should be. I mean, whatever. There's Team BH, only me and Bibo actually think about how to use utility. Johnny refused to teach as well of a jump throw. Okay, that's kind of frustrating. Okay. Alright, so you guys are probably going to do a 5-man push again. This is fine. I wouldn't probably do the same exact one you guys did before, but... I mean, you guys had success with it. And you guys are having really good success again with it. I mean, 2 kills for, like, no investment, that's like, okay, if you guys can get that every time, or better, like, you guys should just do that, like, all the time. Like, I would do it all the time. If I knew I was going to get 2 kills just running down mid like that, I would do it all the time. I don't know, I don't get how that team isn't holding that. But, yeah. Okay, so gun round, this is pretty important. Okay. To start, the first gun round, you can kind of be a little, like, sometimes people will be a little half-assed with their buy. Like, they'll force in the second round completely, save in the third one, and then get a pretty, like, mediocre 4.3k, 4.5k, depending on if you get a kill, buy into the first gun round. But this is not the kind of gun round you should have, looking at utility, that I assume, like, this doesn't feel right. Johnny has only a molly, Bibo only has a smoke, Suplen, you only have a smoke and a flash. IZ Creech, I'm assuming through smoke, like right here, and it's probably going to land here or something like that. Like, you don't need to throw it from here, by the way. The reason you throw it from here is so you can rotate back to B, like, faster. That's the reason you throw it from here. You don't throw it, like, there's no point in throwing a smoke here if people aren't posted on the smoke. So, this is pretty pointless. So, I don't know. It's just not, like, the reason people learn this smoke... Yeah, learn it. Yeah, I mean, I kind of understood what you meant. So the reason he would throw that smoke is so that now, okay, he's an A player in actuality, and then he can, like, rotate back. But instead, he throws it all the way like that. Like, you could just play up on it, you know. You don't need to have these, like, crazy smokes when you're already playing B. You're gonna just push it anyways. So why are you throwing something that's so, like, far back? Because then you're not with your teammate. Okay, so I'm going to have to go back to that. I'll just finish watching what happens on B here. Now you're posted up in an aggressive position. I like it. Okay, just completely whiffed. Yeah, that's not good. Let's see how this plays out, though. D4 is in kind of a one-and-done-ish spot. This can catch people as they're running up mid, I suppose. It's not, like, super strong, though, or anything. This crossfire with Bibo is pretty good, though. Johnny in a spot where he's probably not ever going to get more than 1 kill. And it's not really a spot he can stay alive in either. Okay, the fact that he got 2 is pretty incredible, so, I mean, that's more than he should have gotten anyways, but there's other spots he could have played, like New Box is a spot where you can sometimes find more than 1 kill, so... Okay, so you guys are moving these spots. Okay, let's see. Okay, so again, that flash does nothing. Alright, wait a second. I thought, okay, he should throw the flash kind of to help his teammate, you know? Like, but these aren't really doing that. Like, it didn't feel like those flashes... The second flash just sucked. The first flash was not coordinated. Like, it would have been super nice if that first flash, they, like, double peek, like, general sight area. Like, they kind of clear, like, this side of sight with those first two with that first flash, and then they, like, you throw a flash that lands like here or back here or something like that, and that's your second flash. Instead, he just kind of threw, like, a general one that this guy didn't even... He was, like, here still, so he didn't even get to use it, and then he kind of barely peeked off of it. Like, those weren't really great flashes for retaking. I think the main issue there... Okay, let's see what happened towards A, though. So that all started with you dying towards A, actually. And you got traded, at least, but, I mean, getting a 4v4 is not, like, the best situation for an Inferno kind of play. So let's see what happened today. Okay. Went way too far back. Okay. So... see how you and Z4. So practicing going apartments isn't like bad. What? So he's like by himself. So he's like isolated. This doesn't really feel right at all. So you're gonna decide to go through boiler though. Okay, you just needed to get that kill. That was fine. You shouldn't really usually walk peek into boiler, because if a guy got into apps, usually they'll hold that bottom boiler area like this. So yeah, something to also think about. And the fact that your teammate, your player whiffed banana just didn't help the round either. You just kind of needed to get that. Like, honestly, that was 2 like kills that you guys both missed. That if they didn't happen, you'd have a 5v3 on your hands. That would have been traded to a 4v3, but okay, that's one of the instances. I don't think your setups were that bad. Aggroing into apartments isn't like a bad idea or anything. It felt like there was a lot of time though where Z4 was on his own and he could have got pinched pretty easily. If someone peeked through the window and pushed him, he would have maybe got the kill but then got traded out, and that's not really ideal. You want to be with him somehow, help him out. But yeah, so okay, let's just keep moving forward. So that's one of the rounds where it felt like it kind of just like, at the end of the day, is like, okay, if you just shot him, you would have got an advantage 5v4, and if your mag 7 guy would have got a kill, that would be a 5v3. You know, like that's really like what it boiled down to in that round. Oh, commit to that. Oh, if he committed to that, he would have got it. Why is he not committing to these bursts ever? Okay, Z4 had like could have killed 2 people but didn't commit to either burst. Like, that's so ridiculous. Okay. That's just like little mechanical things though, like not having proper like kill confirmation stuff there, I guess. And now you guys are doing just some aggressive stuff towards banana. Got shot through smoke, it looks like. Looks like you guys are frustrated a little bit. Ooh, this is interesting. Yeah, do it. Do it to him. Okay, so he's gonna save the AK. So what is Bibu gonna do with the op? Okay. Was he crouch peeking? If so, don't do that. That's so noob. You don't crouch peek like angles that ops are gonna naturally hold, because then they just kill you 100% of the time. Like, no one's gonna miss an op shot on a crouch peeker. Oh, that counter flash was so good by them. I like the aggression though. Did a kind of a more set play, it seemed like. Okay, Z4 really just eating up that molly. Oh my goodness, dude. Okay, okay, this is kind of weird. Okay, I'll see what happened on A later. Oh, okay, well, I guess he's just there by himself, but how did his teammate die? I don't really know. Oh no, because he peeked mid. He peeked mid, yeah. Oh, nice shot. Okay, not a very smart peek, but okay. Or not, like, not a very clean opper peek. This was a really messy round. Are you gonna win this? Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's see what happened. Let's see what the A's set up there. What was okay. I have a way to describe this round too. So this is something you never want to do. Actually.
Me neither, 'cause smack.
So let's see what happened in B at the start. So you guys have 3B at the start. So what you never want to do when you have 3B at the start is you never want to, okay. Okay. You never really want to, have any of your A guys be aggressive at A during a 3B kind of stack. Because what can happen is that they realize you have 3B because there's so much utility, and then they just say, oh, screw it, we're just going to go A fast. Especially since you guys aren't even like, I don't know. Well, I forgot what I was going to say. I was just watching this now. Sorry, that was weird. But, yeah, you just okay, don't give up picks on A when you have 3B. That's just you just play passively. You just play passively. You'll always do that. You'll always play passively. Okay. Alright, that's pretty much it though. Okay, so let's go over it. I'm gonna use this space to like keep talking, but I'll give you a summary of like your CT side and what you guys need to adjust and what you guys can improve on. So I'm just gonna draw some things out. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna join it. I'm just gonna join it my own map. Okay, I'm just gonna join a map and I'll show you some crossfires that you can use that can help you out your T side a lot, or CT side. Where's Infernal? Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the most standard crossfire you're gonna see at A is like this. One guy here, who basically is susceptible. He's still susceptible to the flash that goes over there, but the other player can play like right here or right here mostly. More often like right here, and just like line his crosshair up headshot level as they run out. He just kills them. But then, and if they like flood out, he'll just move behind this, and then he can start like focusing on one or the other, you know, whatever. I mean, it's kind of hard. It gets hard after the first kill, but if they just keep running out, you know, you can get one. Sometimes you'll get a second. It's not an easy shot for terrorists to hit, you know. And the first thing they're gonna stare at isn't gonna just be like right there. Usually, it's not like, I don't know. People like will usually check around here first, more than like in the site. So usually this guy will just get a free kill, and then the other guy is just kind of watching his run up from here. So that's a really simple crossfire that will basically mean you'll never lose truck side unless you're throwing really good smokes. And really good smokes they can throw. Another one that for T side, this is how I throw it. You could throw it there, you could throw it there. I think you can like, if you actually have this much control, you can throw like just one like that. You know, there's like a million ways to do it. If you have this space, I don't know why you would throw a smoke here, but maybe you want to, for whatever reason, because then you can start focusing on this area, I guess. You know, there's like I don't know, that was a wing. I winged this one and it wasn't very good, but I mean, all those other ones are pretty good. You know, they're pretty set to just cover this area off for the most part. This one wasn't actually great, but yeah, there's a lot of ways to smoke moto that you should be doing, but another smoke you guys can start incorporating, I think, is like this one. No, that was not right. Okay, wait. It's more like this, I think. Yeah. So that kind of like blocks this guy off from seeing you guys, so he has to swing out really wide to see anyone running into the bomb site. So those are other ways, and then you can kind of focus on just running into the site itself, because now the only way you can get shot is from there, and if you just throw a Molotov there, like that's another way to kind of add to your exec to make it nice, you know. So okay. What's up, Harry Goon? Finishing up the demo review. So, so other things you guys could do, you guys could boost on top of here, like, you could boost on top of here, and then have a teammate playing, like, right here, watching the run out, or maybe right here, watching the run out, and then if this guy gets flashed, he'll just run off, and then this guy will start picking up this area, and then he'll kill people as they're running in, and then hopefully this guy can start running over here, start watching apps, or maybe just double hold this, or something like that. So, those are other little setups you can do. In apps, what you can start doing with your teammates is you could do a bait and switch. So you can have a guy like jiggling this, you know, like that. And then this other guy like watches this. And basically, if this guy jiggles and sees someone, he's gonna fall back and start. He can either double peek with this guy, like then this guy can just like get a free kill by doing that. But usually, if they're doing things correctly, they're usually gonna have a guy that runs through from here. So what this guy can do now is after the bait and switch commences, like this guy right here calls, hey, there's a guy right on the stairs. Then this guy can kill him. He might die, but then now this guy who is baiting and switching can switch and shoot that guy. So that's like another little setup you can do there. For B, they're really simple. I mean, everyone does them. You could just go on top of here. You could just, play on top of here. You could watch as they run out, over there or whatever, maybe over here. All these are fine. And then your second guy just boosted on top of here. This is just such a powerful spot. Like, it's so hard to deal with this. So it's basically pretty common now for people as they run to the bomb site to just, like, pre-fire, like, right there, Like, they just spam up there nowadays because it's just so freaking common for a guy to be here. So, like, but you can have some more mollies. This is a nice Molotov to molly, actually, this isn't my normal crosshair, so I can't tell if that'll work. It kind of worked, but not... Actually, it worked really well. So yeah, that's pretty much a lineup to get to Molotov new box. That's what they threw, I think, the other team, against you guys. But other CT stuff you guys could try. You guys didn't even op, so that was weird. So you guys should start opping. Inferno is really good for CT ops. Wait, did you guys have an op? Oh yeah, you guys had an op. I don't really know how you use it, but another way you can use your op is if your op player is aggressive, don't peek down mid. This is pretty freaking noob, honestly. Like, this is so shitty. Like, this is terrible. This is such a hard fight. Like, jump across, get into window, peek down mid, something like that. Like, that's a fight you should take. Or maybe go through apps all the way around and then peek down the long haul. Like this, not even like this long haul, but like peek this hall right here. Because people are always going to walk into this, Either they're going to, like, run into it, just like, okay, someone's going to hold here for super long, then they're going to, like, peek, like, they're going to peek into it, but an op's going to kill you, Or if they're holding back here, they're going to peek into the op, and you're dead also. Like, also with the op, you can set up an op at B instead. So, like, what you guys did is you took banana control pretty well, but you can just post an op up on car or something like that instead, Or post them up on here. Like, this is a pretty strong spot, too. So, you could do that. There's a lot of ways you can do it, but it's not really a good spot. I don't know. I was like feeling this one out. Whatever. You can put an op at B. Also, a lot of primary oppers on teams just play B. So it's a really nice way to hold it. You can usually get 1 or 2 kills with it every time. Because the way they strafe out is the same every time at B. They always are just going to strafe out like this, I mean, like, they're going to go like this, Like, this is just how everyone's going to peek. Like, they basically take this exact line every time they peek. Like, every time. Like, this is the exact line that they're going to follow. And if an opper knows that, they can just put their crosshair there and then just kill him, That's pretty much it. I think what you guys could have done better is you guys didn't really manage. It didn't feel like you guys were that bad at managing your economy, but maybe just buying a little too much on the force buys. Inferno is one of the maps that a lot of teams won't even buy armor on the second round on pistol buys because it's so nice to have full utility for a CT on this map. If you guys have double smoke, if you guys have all 5 smokes, you can basically just re-smoke this like 3 times and like, just smoke this from, like, every angle, and then, like, okay, now they never can get mid unless they do, like, a really crazy play through the smoke or something like that. And then you just hold bracket forever, and then they never have bracket. And if you have double mollies, you can have one guy molly close, one guy molly farther, nade logs or something like that, smoke down, like, like, do something like this, and then you guys have full banana control, and you didn't even have to take a fight. And if they took a fight through all of your utility, they're gonna die. They're just gonna lose that fight, So that's a lot. There's a lot of different ways you can, like, use utility really well on this map. So I think what you guys need to do that you might not have had to do on Cobble as much, which was the first map of the season, is save on the second round a little harder. On Cobble, I mean, you can win pistol rounds anywhere, anytime. Like, whatever. This game is dumb like that. Like, you can always pull out pistol rounds out of your butt, like nothing. But just save a little more money so that you guys have that full utility. Like, when I looked at your utility on the first gun round and the second gun round you had, none of you had full utility. I think Bibu might have, or Bibu, like he might have had it because he got kills, but like that's not what you want to rely on to get full utility. You want to just have it. You just want to have full utility. Imagine playing this. Imagine playing against 3 smokes mid every round, dude. Like, when are you ever gonna take bracket control? Like, cause no one just rushes up. People don't really rush at mid that much. So usually you throw your first smoke at like 1 minute 30, throw your second smoke at 1 minute 10, throw your next smoke at 50 seconds. Like, they can only now take bracket at 30 seconds into the round. And if you still have Molotovs, then you just like, I mean, if you really want to be extreme about it, you'll Molotov it like 3 times, and you never can get bracket control. Like that's actually a possibility. If teams decided to like structure their utility like this, like you could actually just layer this so much that people could pretty much never take bracket from you. So give yourselves that opportunity to do that. That's pretty much it for CT side. I had all Molly Smoke and double flash, but it doesn't matter here. Well, because your teammates didn't. Like, I think, okay, maybe you had one round of it, but I never saw a round where all of you guys had full utility. Maybe a decent amount of utility, but, like, even missing, like, little pieces. Oh, okay. Okay, this is something you guys didn't do at all, that I didn't even think about talking about, because I just didn't even see it, is how to re-aggress and retake spots. So, let's say they take bracket control from you guys. You guys should have a set flash that's, like, something like this. Just like that. So look at where that lands, just right on the roof right there. What you can do with that is you throw that flash, and then maybe 1 or 2 guys just swing out, double peek, and then they just like take out this whole area, you know? Something like that. What you could do is you could even make it more complex, but like it's actually better like this. You make it seem like a stupid pop flash like this, or like that was actually a pretty good pop flash, but maybe you make it look something stupid like that. So they turn from it, then throw that flash, and then they kill everyone because they're So retake these areas. Learning to retake these areas is pretty strong too. Honestly, sometimes you guys kind of just miss shots a little bit. Like when you guys had that apartment setup, like that was fine. That was actually not a bad setup, but you needed to kill that guy. And then your banana guy with the Mag 7 just missed his entire all of his shots from his Mag 7 missed. Like that's really kind of unfortunate that it happened. Like, but yeah. So those are all just like little things you could do. So I think that mostly concludes it though. This was kind of a long session. Going from A to B. I like doing this though. So in the future, guys, if you have demos that you want to send for teams, the price is greater. Message me. I'm mostly just using Mauisnake at Gmail now because I'm not even on Aim High. So Aim High Maui is not like. I mean, you could email me there. I still check it. So either one though is fine. Mauisnake at Gmail. Aim High Maui at Gmail. And hit me up for demo reviews. I'm doing more now. I took a break for like a couple weeks a while back because I was on vacation, but I'm back now. If you're interested in demo reviews, either for yourself or your team, message me for rates. The rates are standard for everyone now, except for returning customers. So yeah, if you're a returning customer too, though, you like hit me up and I'll hook you up. But everyone else, there's a flat rate. So yeah, Suplen, hope you enjoyed. Hope you were able to get stuff from it. Show your teammates this. Show your teammates some stuff. Show Z4 that he's freaking crazy and should play with teammates a little more. Even though he's crazy, he needs to play with his teammates. You know, like he's cool. He's cool and all, but like sometimes he's too cool for school apparently, and just like wants to run around and just ditch class. You know, that's how it feels. Not really. That sounded like I was really old. Okay, whatever. So all right. So thanks a lot, guys. Peace out.